Bob Ellis with the Gateway Art Gallery. Hi, Bob.
Hello.
So, Bob, where's your hat?
She's got to go get my hat because it's part of my image, and some people don't even recognize me without my hat. When I was a little child, brother was in the Navy, and a Bible salesman came on the ship and was selling these big, fancy family Bibles, leather-bound, King James, but they had pictures, illustrations. A lot of them were old masters prints, and I got interested in art looking at the pictures in that Bible. One of my favorites was The Good Samaritan by Domenico Feti, who was an Italian 16th century painter. And I love that painting. And just recently, about 3 years ago, we were in Boston, and we went to the Boston Museum. And you know, you can get lost in that place. It is huge and it's fascinating. And we spent the whole day there until they closed. And the docents were sort of shooing us out of there. But I kept seeing things. I was saying, oh, look at that. And they were real patient. They let me look for a second. As we were on the way out, I saw that painting. And it's only about that big. But anyway, that's what got me interested in art, was looking at the illustrations in that Bible. I ended up majoring in art. My degree is fine art. Right in my senior year, actually, I got completely disillusioned with visual art and got completely out of it. Didn't want anything to do with it and didn't paint or do anything for many, many years. And it wasn't until I started teaching elementary school that I started getting back into art, because you're helping the kids with art projects. And elementary school teachers are always doing like murals and things. And the word got around, and Mr. Ellis can draw. And so I was helping other teachers with their murals and stuff. And so I started painting again. I got back into it. When I was working at Knee Black Elementary School, I was a special ed teacher. Our art teacher was Helen Beatty, and she was my best bud there. We had the art club after school, and I would always help out Helen with the art club. And our principal, Mary Smith, was so wonderful. She knew that I always would rather be an art teacher. It's hard to find art teaching jobs because art teachers love what they do and they don't quit. When Helen would be out, Neri would instead of getting her a sub, would get me a sub and let me sub for Helen and teach art. We were doing that one day, and she was taking 2 days off. She was going on a 4-day weekend. And so I was over there in her classroom after school was out, and she was rushing around and getting ready, and she's kind of nervous. So she's saying, I didn't even do my grades yet. Well, grades were due on Monday. This is Wednesday afternoon. She's going out of town for 4 days. I said, Helen, if I were in your situation, I would be in a flat out panic. And she said, oh, here's how I do grades. She said, whenever a child gets on my very last nerve, I put a black X in the grade book next to their name. And at the end of the grading period, if they don't have too many X's, I give them an A. And I said, Helen, I'm devastated. And she said, why? And I said, well, the only A's I ever earned in elementary school were in art and music. And now here these last 50 years, I thought I was talented. But anyway, that's how I got back into painting.